guys, welcome back. On this video, we're going to concentrate on pulsex.com, the premier decentralized exchange for Pulsechain. Now, if you go to this is going to be the third video from a three-part video of is Pulsechain could reach 1 cent? Well, we're about to take into it, right? The demand, this video is going to concentrate on the demand. The demand is very important as much as the supply, because the supply could decrease with the burn that's happening on PulseX. But if the demand is not there, then I don't think the price is not going to go up, right? But right now, as it stands, we're getting out of the bear market. And as it stands right now on DeFiLlama.com, is on DEX's total value lock rankings is ranked number 9. Uniswap is number 1. So this asset is listed pretty high on the rankings on the total value lock. So that means there's a lot of people using this platform. There's a lot of people locking their money. There's a lot of people participating in liquidity providers. There's a lot of engagement from investors right now on this asset. Now, the first thing that we're gonna link into is the demand. So the demand is the people wanting to acquire this asset. Now, there's a lot of things that we could talk about. Like, for example, number 1 would be that the token is more attractive than Uniswap. Uniswap is inflationary, and it pays liquidity providers with their coin called Uni, while PulseX it incentivizes liquidity providers to earn as a require LP tokens that can be farm for the incentive token, in which is a reward token that has its own separate value to PulseX. Now, PulseX is deflationary, so there's burn happening on this asset as it stands. And the more people trade, the more people use it, the supply will decrease. That is number 1. It is deflationary. That's highly demanded by investors, because who wants to have an asset that mines so much of it that the price dumps? Because there's a lot of coins out there. It's like the dollar. Do you want to invest in the dollar? No, because there's inflation happening with the dollar. Same thing is with Uniswap. Uniswap, I think, is like 2% a year, just like the dollar is. So who wants an asset that inflates? A lot of people do, but being deflationary, a lot of people are going to want a hold of this asset, because that's the first one. The demand for a deflationary asset. Number 2, I would believe that this asset would be highly demanded because it's the most decentralized exchange on Pulsechain. Pulsechain is going to be huge. It's going to be humongous. It's going to be probably trading around with Solana, first page next to Ethereum, among Uniswap, all those big market cap rankings, all at the top. So people are going to be known Pulsechain, and they're going to start using PulseX as their premier decentralized exchange, because there's more liquidity there to trade and get low slippage on your trades. And that's number 2, the attractiveness of having good swap fees. You know what I mean? The more liquidity is on this platform, the less slippage investors have, so the more coins per dollar they get. And that's very attractive. Yes, there are aggregator dexes in which they connect to other platforms like PulseX and other dexes on Pulsechain, and they're trying to allocate the best rates you can find. But if you want good execution, I believe pulsex.com is what we should incentivize everybody to use. So that's number 2, the attractiveness of trading and getting more coins per trade. Because who wants to trade Ethereum? There's a lot of people trading on Ethereum, and there's a lot of liquidity there, but the fees are so high that people are like, it's like $13 to swap right now in the bear market. How much you think it'll be by 2025? Maybe a trade could cost you maybe $1,000. $1,000, $100, $200, $300 for a trade? Not attractive. PulseX, attractive. That's number 2. Number 3 would be that more US dollars are going to be dumped in the market. More money flow. This is very important because right now the economy, no one wants to invest in crypto right now. Hardly anyone wants to be with this high rate, with this inflation rate as is. I mean, it's stabilizing right now, but it's stabilizing at a good point. And right now, this November report for jobs, the unemployment rate is pretty high. So that incentivized maybe the Fed for next month to not to increase their interest rates. But right now, there's quantitative tightening happening in the economy. In the macro sector, there are things happening right now in which it favors people that are buying right now when most people can't. Most people are not willing to spend money on a cryptocurrency asset when they need to buy milk, sugar, bread, and all the utilities and all their needs. Who wants to invest in crypto? Who wants to speculate? It's like going to Vegas and just spending your money. Who wants to do that? Nobody. In the macroeconomics that we're talking about, the money flow is macroeconomics. Okay, because all these wars that are happening on Ukraine and Russia, Israel, Hamas, all the stuff could create, supply decrease coming into America. So that's why the Fed, Jerome Powell, perhaps he said that inflation is going to be stubborn for a good period of time, maybe into June, July next year. And that's when we see that the Fed is going to start cutting rates by quarter 3 and 4, half of next year. Now, the money flow needs to be there. And when it'll arrive, it'll pour into all these assets and raise their values. That's going to be another number 3 is the money flow, and that includes the macroeconomics and the quantitative tightening that's happening right now. And when the gates open and they start lowering interest rate and people spend a lot of money, all the money is gonna go there, and then this asset is gonna go up in price, and it's gonna be demanded by investors because it's gonna be out there. It's gonna be out there. It's not gonna be gate kept anymore. And and this is gonna take number 4. Number 4 would be Richard Hart Hex Pulsechain PulseX lawsuit trial that is going to take place starting November 28th with the Securities Exchange Commission from New York. Now, right now, there's a lot of fear that this asset could go to 0, all the way down, and it'd be worth nothing. Because right now, Richard Hart, Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX, supposedly they're being sued because these are unregistered securities trading here in America, and they don't take that they don't take that as a joke. They take that very seriously, and the founder is getting sued as well because it's all together because he used supposedly investors' money to buy Lambos, to do whatever he wanted, like millions of dollars in Rolex watches and Patek Philippe and all that kind of thing. Now, when all that sets clear, right now there's a storm. Right now people are like, oh, is Richard Hart gonna get locked up? Is Richard Hart gonna be fined? Is PulseX gonna go down? Are they gonna incentivize Richard Hart to turn off a Pulsechain network? Is it, dude, there's like over 40,000 validators around the world. I don't think it's possible to shut down a network that is being validated by 44,000 validators around the world. So number 4 would be, once we see some clearance and some green lights from the law that's happening right now against Richard Hart, Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex, right? Once these cases are solved, we gonna see investors' interest come back to Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex. Get ready for it. This is it's kind of speculative, but I don't think it's speculative to me because I believe in the founder. I believe that I read the disclaimer, and these are definitely not securities. On the disclaimer says these assets or Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX are not. It's not commodities. You don't expect profit to work from other people. It's on their disclaimers on their official websites, and I read it. And I know what I sacrificed for this asset as well. So I understand what I got myself into. You know, if I sacrifice my money, it was in what I believe in freedom of assembly, in freedom of speech, in freedom of assembly. You know, and I really sacrificed all that money for that. And if I got some Pulsechain, some PulseX as a sacrifice, you know, somebody that sacrificed and got a compensation out of it, great. It was launched and it was given to me for free. Like I wasn't expecting this for nobody, you know? Yes, I was expecting it in some way. I'm kind of conscious, but if it didn't came out and it wasn't airdropped to me, I wouldn't care, because I believe in what I say, and I put my money where my mouth is. And I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in of human assembly. And I believe in the things that I sacrifice for this asset. So that's number 4 would be about that. It would be about the lawsuit being cleared and we win the case. We win the case of the Security and Exchange Commission in New York. That's number 4. Let me see if I can find another demand for this asset, because I really didn't make a list for this, but I know the demand for this asset can be very positive. And I think I just want to leave it there for now. I think 4, I've been busting my ass on this 3 videos that I did for PulseX, and I hope you appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe and like. If there's more, if you find another reason that this asset will higher demand, of course we could say the tokenomics. Number 5 would be the tokenomics, for example. And yeah, the tokenomics, the burn. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like we could find many things that could be, this asset is very attractive, you know, and I think that's part of number 1, but it still is an asset that you could look at it from different angles and find a use case for it, and a very attractive asset to be holding, and this may help in the future raise the price of this asset to 1 cent by 2025. Remember to subscribe and like. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if on this video, on the demand video, I wasn't maybe more organized than the previous videos, but I feel like you get my point. Like, this asset has what it takes to attract investors left and right because of many reasons. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like. Thank you guys. Peace out, guys. Take care.